Social Security is 90 years old today, and President Trump celebrated this big occasion in the White House today with the Social Security Commissioner. And he made a very big announcement today that there will be no tax on Social Security for nearly all seniors. So this was carried live by Fox News. So I'm just sharing with you the screenshot. But the most important thing the president talked about was the fact that Social Security is 90 years old today and that he's been working to strengthen it and also extend the life of Social Security. And the big announcement he made, as you can see from Fox today, was Trump announces no tax on Social Security for seniors. So I am going to explain to you what exactly the president said. And then I'm going to give you 5 changes that have happened this year to strengthen Social Security. And then looking forward to 2026, what are the 5 changes that are coming to Social Security that is going to impact your benefits? So that is what I wanted to cover today. My name is Kwame Kwade. For 15 years, I've been helping seniors get the retirement benefits they deserve. If you are new here, welcome. I'm glad you're here today. Do me a favor, go into the comment section and let me know your city and your state. And if you've been following my channel for a while now, thank you for returning. I have a very special gift. Today is the 90th birthday of Social Security. So I have a special mug that I have here. We are selling this merch. It says we need Social Security. And then underneath it, it said protect it and strengthen it. So this is something we have on our YouTube store. I am going to share it with you soon. I mean, it's a great mug. We need Social Security. And then I'm wearing a special shirt today. I'm going to stand up for you to see. It says we need Social Security. And that is also in our YouTube store. I'm going to go into the store very quickly and just show you what it looks like. So you can take a look at it. But we have a lot of merchandise in there. So here's the we need the Social Security shirt that is in there. And then it was going to get shipped right to you if you buy it from the website. And then let me make sure that you can see this. No, actually, it's not showing. So that is not what I intended to do. So let me go back and show you the store so you can see. So I'm having some trouble here. All right, here we go. So you can see, like, we need Social Security shirt. And then if you scroll a little bit down, you are going to see the mug is also in there in the store. So that is what I'm wearing today. And I wanted to make sure that I share with you right here. We need Social Security. And then I have the mug. It says the same thing. We need Social Security, protect it, strengthen it. So I'm excited to share that with you. Go into our YouTube store and you'll be able to see it. So today, the first thing I wanted to talk about is the announcement from President Trump today from the White House. Sorry, that's not what it is. Here we go. And he was celebrating the 90th anniversary of Social Security. Remember, today was the 90th anniversary when President Roosevelt signed Social Security into law. And that has been a game changer for millions of American seniors. And so let's go to the White House page and see what the White House has to say about what President Trump was talking about today. And then we can read it together. So as you can see today on the White House website, it is talking about the president and his celebration of Social Security. It says on August 14th, 1935, President Franklin D. Roosevelt signed into law the Social Security Act, a monumental legislation achievement that protects our seniors, uplifts our citizens, and sustains the livelihood of hardworking Americans who devoted their profession to bettering our country. On the 90th anniversary of the Social Security program, I recommit to always defend Social Security, rewarding men and women who make our country prosperous and taking care of our own workers, families, seniors, and citizens first. So essentially, the president is saying that, some things he's been saying for a long time. He is communicating that he intends to strengthen Social Security and protect it. And so that means that there are programs that he has implemented this year. And I'm going to talk to you about the 5 changes that have happened this year to strengthen Social Security. But most importantly, stay till the end because I'm going to talk about the 5 changes that are coming next year to help especially low-income seniors on Social Security and disability get ahead. So let's read a little bit further from the White House website and then hear the announcement the president made today, because the president made news today. He said no taxes on Social Security. And you saw that from what I highlighted on stage from Fox News. This is what Fox carried. It says Trump announces no tax on Social Security for seniors. This is today. And I showed you the White House website that is also communicating something very similar. So I'm going to read to you what the website has to say. On this day, Social Security is rooted in a simple promise: those who gave their careers to building our nation will always have the support, stability, and relief they deserve. Now, let me explain that particular section, because one of the things that I have always said is that seniors who have worked and paid into Social Security should never live in poverty. And a lot of seniors right now are living in poverty. And so that statement the president just made is addressing one of the biggest problems in the Social Security system right now, is that a lot of seniors who have worked their entire life, 40, 50 years, are getting benefits that are not enough for them to be able to live. And so I am going to address what proposals are currently on the table. There are actually 5 proposals on the table next year to bring relief to those seniors. So let me finish reading what the president has to say. So let me make sure that I'm sharing that with you. So here we go. And I'll minimize myself so that we can read all of it together. So it says, thanks to my administration's effort, Social Security now stands stronger and more resilient than ever before. Following the passage of the historic One Big Beautiful Bill last month, the vast majority of seniors who receive Social Security will pay zero tax on their Social Security benefits, the largest tax break for seniors in the history of our country. So, as you may know, the Social Security One Big Beautiful Bill passed and gave seniors a $6,000 tax deduction. So if you've been paying taxes on your Social Security, the bill does not completely eliminate taxes on Social Security, but it gives you a $6,000 tax deduction that helps you lower your Social Security tax bill. That's why this particular phrase is important. It says the vast majority of seniors who receive Social Security will pay zero tax on their Social Security benefit. So it's important. It is not saying all seniors, it's saying the vast majority of seniors. So today I wanted to focus on that section because not all seniors are included in the Big Beautiful Bill. So what about the low-income seniors that are not paying taxes on their Social Security, but also need help, but were not included in what the president is talking about? Because the Big Beautiful Bill, while it is doing a lot of things for a lot of people, does not address the needs of low-income seniors that have been waiting for relief for a long time. So I am going to walk you through 5 things that have happened this year to fix Social Security and 5 things that are about to happen, especially in the coming months, to help low-income seniors. And before I do that, this video is sponsored by our partner, Chapter Medicare. Chapter Medicare has helped over 2,000 of our viewers get into a better Medicare plan. And as we get into open season for Medicare, it is important to make sure that you are in the right plan. And this is the time to begin to make that preparation by calling Chapter. And here's what they will do for you. They will make sure that you are in the right Medicare plan. And if you're not, they'll help you get into one. I will talk about that in a second, but let's dig into what the White House is saying today about Social Security and how that impacts you. I want to read some more sections of that statement to you, because the president is making further promises in this statement that I want to make sure that you guys see and understand. So here we go. It says that to further strengthen Social Security, my administration is aggressively rooting out fraud, waste, and abuse that rob our federal programs of resources, including stopping payments to the deceased and eliminating benefits for those who do not qualify. These measures will save American taxpayers billions of dollars a year and ensure that future generations receive the benefit they spend their lives paying into. At the same time, I am making Social Security more efficient, more responsive, and more effective than ever, reducing wait times and delivering payments to the American people who worked hard to earn. I am also proudly restoring border security policies to ensure Medicare and Social Security are preserved for citizens who paid into them and not abused by illegal aliens who have no right to be here. So it is talking about on the 90th anniversary of the Social Security Act, we recognize the countless contribution of every American senior who has invested their time, talent, and resources into our nation's future. On this momentous milestone, we recommit to strengthening our retirement system, protecting programs like Social Security and Medicare against fraud and abuse, and ensuring that every future generation of American citizens has the income security they need and earn. So it says, now, therefore, I, Donald J. Trump, President of the United States, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Constitution and laws of the United States, do hereby proclaim August 14th as the 90th anniversary of the Social Security Act. And then he goes on to sign his name on it. So this was today at the White House, and the president celebrating the 90th anniversary of Social Security with the new commissioner of Social Security, Frank Bizignano, standing right next to him. And as I mentioned, he made an announcement that going forward, there will be no tax on Social Security for a vast majority of seniors. As you can see, that is what the title Fox News went with. It says Trump announces no tax on Social Security for seniors. So let me unpack that, and then we'll talk about the 5 things that have happened this year to strengthen Social Security. By the way, if you haven't seen my shirt yet, I'm going to stand again for you guys to see it, because I am celebrating the 90th anniversary of Social Security with a special shirt that says, "We need Social Security." So as you can see, that's what I am wearing today. And I have a special mug right here that says the same thing. We need Social Security. It says, "Protect it and strengthen it." So this is the special mug that we released today in celebration of the Social Security 90th anniversary. It is in our YouTube store. So when you go up to our YouTube channel, you click on store, you will see the mug and the t-shirt in there. So now let's talk about changes that have happened this year regarding Social Security that are supposed to be strengthening the program. And then we're going to talk about changes that are coming in the coming months to strengthen the program. So the first thing I want to do is show a chart to you that actually explains the $6,000 that the president is talking about that he has implemented with the One Big Beautiful Bill to help seniors not pay taxes on Social Security. Because this is the most important part. Social Security taxes apply to a good majority of seniors, and the president says that he has eliminated taxes on Social Security. What does that mean? Well, that's what I want to explain to you, because that announcement was made today as part of the 90th celebration of Social Security. So here we go. I will share my screen with you, and then I'll walk you through exactly what that means. So this analysis is going to show you a graph that walks you through what has happened with the Big Beautiful Bill and how seniors benefit from it. So here we go. So as you can see, and I'm going to minimize myself completely so you can see. So there are 3 things you need to know about no tax on Social Security. Number 1 is a tax deduction. So you have to file your taxes, and then you have to claim the deduction, and that is how your Social Security tax bill is going to be reduced. So there are 3 components to that. The first one is the standard deduction. You're going to claim the standard deduction based on your tax bracket. So the graph that I'm showing you on the left-hand side is the tax bracket: 10%, 12%, 22%, 24%. Majority of seniors fall between those 4 tax brackets. And then on the right-hand side, you have the OBBBA, One Big Beautiful Bill Act. And then it shows you how much your tax bracket is in that column. And so that is clear. That is the first thing you need to know. And then if you're head of a household, you have different limits for your tax bracket. And if you're filing jointly, you have different limits. Now, next, we're going to talk about deductions. So the first deduction under the big beautiful bill has been increased. So as you can see on the right hand side, the first thing you're going to get if you're filing taxes with Social Security is your standard deduction. And that is on the right hand side under OBBBA is $15,750 for a single person. So that is important number to remember, because that is the part of the deduction you're going to stack on top of each other to get that zero taxes on Social Security that the president is talking about. And then you have head of household, 23,625, and then married filing jointly is 31,500. So that's the first thing you get in the no tax on Social Security part. And then on top of that, now you can stack different taxes to be able to get the entire amount. So if you file taxes for 2025, this is what you need to be talking to your accountant about. Your accountant probably is going to know this already, but there are 3 different taxes that you're going to claim in order to reduce your taxes on Social Security. It is not automatically going to be deducted from your Social Security check. You will have to claim it on your tax returns. And so if you are single and you are age 65 and older, there are 3 different tax deductions you can stack on top of each other in order to get your no tax on Social Security. The first, or get close to it. The first one is the $15,750 deduction I told you about, which is the standard deduction. Then the next one is the senior bonus deduction, which is $2,000 for an individual. And then the third one, which is in green, is the $6,000 from the big beautiful bill. So what does this all mean? It means that if you are a senior citizen and you make more than $23,750 as an individual, you can take this deduction and reduce your tax bill on your Social Security benefits. Again, I want to repeat, no taxes on Social Security does not mean that they are going to take no taxes from your Social Security check. No taxes on Social Security means that when you file taxes for 2025 and 2026 and 2027, you are going to deduct these tax deductions in your tax returns and stack the 3 on top of each other. And if you make more than $23,750 and you're age 65 or older, you can get the maximum deduction available to you based on the one big beautiful bill. I want to be clear on that, because a lot of people think that you are going to get your Social Security check and they're going to stop taking taxes. That is not what's going to happen. You will still pay taxes on your Social Security check if you're already allowing them to take taxes out of it. But you can get that money back by claiming the deductions that are available to you due to the one big beautiful bill. I want to be clear on that. So the next category of people that benefit from the big beautiful bill is if you are married and filing jointly and you're both over age 65. That is those in the right hand column. You can stack the same 3 taxes on top of each other, but now you get to stack more. The first one is $31,500. That is what you get in standard deductions as a couple. Right now, that is for everybody. And then you can get the senior bonus. That is $3,200 for a couple. So that's the next level you're going to stack on top of that. And then you stack on $12,000 because you're a couple. You get 6,000 times 2, 12,000. So what does that mean for you? If you are a couple and you're paying taxes on your Social Security benefits and you make more than $46,700, you are going to be able to claim deductions and reduce your tax bill when it comes to your Social Security benefits. So that is what I wanted to explain to you, because remember, the president announced today, and let me get myself out of there. The president announced today no tax on Social Security for seniors. And I want to make sure that you understand that there are things that you have to do in order to claim the benefit that the president is announcing today. And being able to claim that benefit means that, number one, you pay taxes on your Social Security. Number two, as an individual, you make more than $23,750, then you can get the tax deduction. As a couple, you make more than $46,700 in order to be able to claim that tax deduction. So if you have any questions about this, let me know in the comment section below, because it's important to understand how this is going to work so that you are not thinking that your Social Security check is going to be reduced right away and that you're going to get more money in your Social Security check right away. It just means that when you file your taxes, you can deduct the money. All right. So next, let's go to changes that have happened this year with Social Security that are supposed to help seniors and strengthen the program. I'm going to walk you through a couple of them, and then stay with me because I'm going to walk you through, most importantly, the 5 changes that are coming to Social Security this coming months to help seniors that are low income get more benefits and more money in their pocket. In the meantime, let me tell you a little bit about our partner, Chapter Medicare. Give me 90 seconds and I'll tell you how Chapter can help you save on Medicare. So if you're 65 or older, or you're turning 65, Medicare is confusing. I won't lie, because 90% of all seniors are in the wrong Medicare plan, because there are 24,000 Medicare plans out there. So a lot of seniors just pick the one that somebody recommends to them, and then they later find out that the coverage that they need, they don't have. So here's the thing. I'm going to cut through the chase and tell you what our partner Chapter can do for you. Because recently, the Trump administration sued a whole bunch of Medicare providers for deceiving seniors and putting them in the wrong plan. So that's happening. And the Department of Justice is going after those companies. And I want to tell you that Chapter Medicare is not one of those companies. They are here to support you and make sure that you get into the right plan. And because it comes from a personal place for them, one of their co-founders experienced those challenges with his own parents. And that helped him, motivate him to try to help solve this problem among seniors. And so far, over 2,000 of our viewers like you have already called Chapter to get help and get into a better plan. So when you call them today, let me tell you what they're going to do for you. They're going to check your Medicare plan today and make sure that it fits your needs. And if it does, they'll tell you. And then that's it. If it doesn't, they will help you get into a better plan. They're not going to push you into any plan. They're there to figure out what is best for your budget, your needs, and the coverage that you need. So call the number on the screen, 539-205-2147, or go to askchapter.org/insider. I'll put the link in the description and in the comments to this video. I've been doing this for 15 years, helping seniors get the retirement benefits they deserve. We have never recommended a Medicare partner until now, because Chapter is the real deal. These are the guys you're going to be talking to when you call them. They are waiting for your call, and they are A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, and will be able to save you $1,100 on average. So there's no cost to you. The opinion is unbiased. They're there to help you. So give them a call, or go fill out the form in the comment section in the description, and they'll give you a call and help you out. So that is a little bit of our partner Chapter. That's the number you see on the screen. So let's talk about the changes that have happened in Social Security this year that is supposed to help seniors. The first change that happened was the Social Security Expansion Act. Social Security Fairness Act. That helped about 3 million seniors who had worked in public sector jobs and were denied Social Security or got reduced benefits. That put $6,000 in your pocket as a lump sum, and then also increase your benefit by about $360 to up to $1,500 in some cases. So the Social Security Fairness Act helped 3 million seniors this year, gave them a $6,000 lump sum, and then increase benefit for those 3 million people by an average of about $750 a month. So we saw that happen. The second thing that happened this year was the cost of living adjustment, which happened earlier this year. A lot of seniors were not happy about that because it was 2.5%. And given where inflation is right now, a lot of seniors thought the cost of living adjustment was abysmal. It was sad. I mean, it was about $50 a month increase, and Medicare Part B premiums took all that money away. So that was a problem, and I'm going to talk to you about a plan to fix that. The third thing that happened this year was with the Social Security Administration. So there's been a lot of changes that have happened, and now they are stopping paper checks. So if you've been receiving Social Security checks by paper mail, through the mail, as of September the 30th, that is going to go away. So if you need to make changes, you have up to now to September 30th to fix that. You can call the Social Security Administration and give them a bank account. You can visit an office, make an appointment, and make sure that you switch from paper checks, because as of September 30th, if you don't make a change, your checks are going to be stopped. So that's important. That's the third thing that happened this year that you need to be aware of. The fourth thing that happened is Social Security overpayments. If you get an overpayment letter, they announced earlier this year that they're going to take 100% of your benefit to pay the overpayment until it's paid off. Well, after a lot of you called your representatives in Congress, the administration listened and dropped that to 50%. I still think 50% is too high, because if you're a senior citizen on fixed income and the government is taking 50% of your Social Security benefit to pay for something that you didn't even know you owe, and they're going to be doing that for months on end, that is a problem. But the good news is that they dropped it from 100% to 50%. So if you get a letter from the Social Security Administration, if you're one of the 2 million people that were mailed a letter for overpayment and your benefits have been reduced, or you're getting Social Security and disability benefits, and all of a sudden your benefits have been cut, it is probably due to overpayment. And you can appeal. So here's what you need to do. You can appeal an overpayment, or you can request a waiver. And let me explain the difference. An appeal means that you disagree with the number and you want them to correct it, and you have evidence to show that you don't owe the money that they say you owe. A waiver, on the other hand, is saying that, well, I may owe the money you think I owe, but I cannot pay it because if you take any amount from my Social Security or disability check, you are going to put me in a hard financial situation because I won't be able to live on what is going to be left. So a waiver is essentially telling the government that, yes, I owe the money, but I need you to back off and forgive the money, because if you take my check, I am not going to be able to make ends meet. And especially in today's inflation environment, I am sure you can make a good case when you show them your bill and your budget and how much Social Security or disability benefits you're getting. You can make a good case that your Social Security overpayment should be forgiven, or your overpayment should be largely reduced to a small amount that you pay on the monthly basis. So what I'm saying is that a lot of changes have happened this year. Some are good, some are not so good. But the point is that you need to be aware of these changes because they affect your benefits. The first one was the Social Security Fairness Act. The second one was the big beautiful bill, which gave seniors a $6,000 tax break to help reduce Social Security taxes, which the president was talking about today in the White House today, August the 14th. The third change is the cost of living adjustment, which was not something that seniors were happy about. The fourth change was eliminating paper checks, which is going to happen on September the 30th. So if you know somebody that is receiving paper checks for Social Security, forward this video to them, because they have to get a bank account or get a direct express debit card, or their benefits are going to stop coming in by mail. And then I talked about the fifth change with overpayments. That is also an issue because 2 million people are affected by overpayment. The government is owed $26 billion in overpayment that they're trying to collect, and they're getting very aggressive. So if you get a letter from the Social Security Administration about overpayment, do not ignore it because they will stop your check from coming in or cut it in half if you ignore the letter and you don't do anything about it. So that is very important to know. Social Security overpayment is a serious issue, affects 2 million people on Social Security and disability benefits. If you want to avoid Social Security overpayments and you are under your full retirement age and you're working, make sure that you're recording your income, reporting into Social Security, and they are reducing your benefit accordingly because that is what causes a lot of people to get overpayment letters. And if you're on disability benefits, you get overpayment letters because you were working on the trial work program and did not report your income appropriately, or you reported the income, the Social Security Administration did not reduce your benefit, and then years later, they catch up on the paperwork and they want their money back. And here is the thing you need to learn about Social Security overpayments. Even if it's not your fault, even if it's the government's fault that you owe money, you're still responsible. You're on the hook to pay it back. So if you know that you're getting more money than you should receive, make sure that you call the Social Security Administration and let them know. Now, let's look into the future. I talked about the fact that there are a lot of seniors who are receiving Social Security benefits, are not getting a lot of money, and felt left out of the big, beautiful bill and do not feel like they got anything out of that bill. Well, here is what I'm going to tell you. There are 5 changes that are coming as part of a bill that I am excited about that I want to share with you that is going to solve the problem and focus on low income seniors that have been waiting for help for a very long time. So before I share that with you, I mentioned earlier that Social Security is 90 years old today. And to celebrate that, we have a special mark that we have released. It's called We Need Social Security, Protect It, Strengthen It. And then I'm wearing a special shirt that says, we need Social Security. So if you can see it, that is the shirt I'm wearing today in celebration of the 90th anniversary of Social Security. Both the mug and the shirt is in our YouTube store if you're interested. Now, let's talk about the future. So going forward, what I am looking for is a bill that is now being presented in the House and the Senate. And that bill is called the Social Security Expansion Act. Now, I'm going to show you the actual bill because it does exist. And then I'm going to share with you what it's going to do for low income seniors to give you or put more money in your pocket. So first, I am going to show you the Social Security Expansion Act in the House and then the Social Security Expansion Act version in the Senate. Because remember, for legislation to pass and become law, it needs to pass the House and the Senate, and then it needs to be signed by the president. So I want to show you the bill exists and it has a name, and then I'll walk you through what it means for you. So here is the Social Security Expansion Act, and this is in the 119th Congress. Let me make sure that you can see that in the 119th Congress, which is where we are right now. And it says 2025-2026. So that's the 119th Congress. And this bill was put forward. The main sponsor is Senator Bernie Sanders of Vermont. And it has a lot of backers, people who are backing the bill. But let's look at the actual bill and the text of it. And then you can see here it is right here. It says 119th Congress, right? And the name of the bill is S770. So you can go research it for yourself. And the timeline is 2025, 2026. And there are a lot of co-sponsors for this bill. So here are all the people who've gotten behind this bill right here. You can see all the names of the senators that are supporting this bill. So what does the Social Security Expansion Act do? Well, before I tell you that, I'm going to show you the version of the bill that is in the House of Representatives. So we saw the Senate bill. Now let's look at the House version. I think I'm pulling the right bill. Let me see. Yes. So no, this is the Senate bill. Sorry. I'm going to find the House version, but there's a version of the bill, same bill that is in the House of Representatives, and they are doing the same thing. So what is the Social Security Expansion Act? Well, it does 5 things that are going to help low-income seniors. So stay with me. The first thing it does, and I have the text of the summary of the bill. So let me find it and then I'll share with you. So the first thing it does is help seniors who are getting low Social Security benefits get ahead. So here's a summary of the bill, and I'm going to go through the 5 things that it does, and we are going to talk about it. So here it is: expand Social Security, increase adjustment, requirement, improve Social Security. Here we go. So here's the first one I want to talk to you about right here. So if you are getting Social Security and you are getting, let's say, $800, $900, all the way up to $1,200 or even $1,300, you are essentially living in poverty. If you are getting less than $1,300 in Social Security benefit, you are living in poverty. So, why do I know that? Because the government releases poverty numbers on what they consider as poverty. Each year, the federal government comes up with what they call the federal poverty level. And in that number, it tells you what the government consider as poverty. And so I have the chart right here. So you can see this is 2025 federal poverty guidelines for the 48 states except Alaska and Hawaii, because they have a different number or a different chart. What is important for you to see is the 100% poverty level, because it's based by household size. So if your household is 1 and you're by yourself, if you make less than $15,650 a year, the federal government considers you as poverty. You are living in poverty. If you're making like 11,000, let's say you're getting $1,000 in Social Security or less, you are living below poverty. It means that your situation is worse. Why am I telling you all this? Well, it's because the Social Security Expansion Act is supposed to help fix this issue for seniors who are living in poverty or below poverty. So if you look at the Social Security Expansion Act, the first thing I want to share with you is that it says it's going to improve the special minimum benefit for Social Security recipients. What does that mean? Well, it means that if you are getting less than $1,300 a month in Social Security, this bill is going to help you get more money. Specifically, this bill is going to increase your Social Security benefit to 125% of the federal poverty line, or over $18,000 for a single worker who had worked their full career. Well, let's go back to the chart that I showed you. If you look at the 2025 Social Security, the federal poverty guidelines, 125% of the federal poverty is the next one after 100%. And so this year, if this bill is passed, if this Social Security Expansion Act bill is passed this year in 2025, and I'm telling you that it is before the 119th Congress, so it is in Congress, it's been filed in the Senate, it's been filed in the House. If it's passed this year, if you are making less than, you're making less than $1,300 in Social Security, your benefit is going to be increased to $19,562. 19,562, that's what you're going to get. So if you're getting 800, 900, 1,000, 1,100, 1,200, 1,300, you are going to get a boost in benefits. So 19,562 divided by 12, it means that you're going to get $1,600.30 in Social Security benefits if you're getting, say, $1,000 a month. That's a $600 increase. Why is that important? Because as the bill says, and I'll read it to you, I'll minimize myself so that I can read more of that to you. It says, this bill will help low-income workers stay out of poverty by increasing the special minimum benefit and indexing the benefit level so that it is equal to 125% of the federal poverty line, or over $18,000 for a single worker who had worked their full career. Well, 125% of the federal poverty level in 2025 is $19,562, and it will continue to grow because each year the federal poverty guidelines are updated upwards, and so you are going to see more money each year. But you are never going to be less than 125% of the federal poverty. It means that they're going to lift you out of poverty and put you 25% above poverty. So that's what this means. So that's the first thing that the Social Security Expansion Act is going to do. And that is why I am excited about it, because I think it is the most consequential legislation for seniors on low income that I've seen, because everything else that has happened this year has not benefited low income seniors. Yes, a lot has happened. The big beautiful bill did not benefit low income seniors. If you are not making $23,000 and above in Social Security income, you don't get anything out of the big beautiful bill when it comes to the tax breaks. The Social Security Fairness Act did not benefit low-income seniors. It only benefited public sector workers who were already getting pension, government pension, and were denied Social Security benefits that they've earned, and that was restored to them, or they got partial benefits and now are receiving full benefits. So if you are a low-income senior getting 1,000, 1,100, 1,200, you don't get any help. And I'm telling you that the Social Security Expansion Act is where that relief is going to be coming from. And so if you are talking to your House of Representative, your congresswoman or your congressman, your senators, this is what you should be talking to them about. Because number one, you need to make them aware that you know that this bill exists. And number two, you know how it can help you. Because sometimes when they come to talk to us about what they are going to do to improve our lives, they are going to paint some pie in the sky ideas that they know has no chance of even getting into becoming a bill, yet alone becoming law. This bill is in front of Congress right now, in the House and in the Senate, and I'm telling you that I think it has the best chance of getting passed regarding everything else that I've seen that aims to try to help seniors that are seniors that are low income. And so that is the first thing that is going to do. And I'm going to share some more of it, of what I think the Social Security Expansion Act is going to do to help seniors. So the first one is increase your benefit if you are getting lower amounts by $660. The second thing is what I'm about to highlight. And here it is. Right here. Expand Social Security benefits across the board for current and new beneficiaries. Under this bill, Social Security benefit for current and existing beneficiaries will be increased by $2,400 a year. So think about it. Without anything being done to COLA, which I'm going to talk about in a second, this bill is going to increase everybody's Social Security and disability benefits by $2,400 a year across the board. Current beneficiaries, new beneficiaries are all going to be impacted by this. And so this is the second thing that I think this bill is going to do to help low-income seniors that have been waiting for relief all year and have not gotten any help. Now, I know that the comment section is blowing up, and I am going to come and read some of it, and then I will share some of it on the screen. But in the meantime, I'm going to cover everything I came here to cover about the Social Security Expansion Act, and then I'll jump into the comments and highlight some of them. So that's the second thing it's going to do, is give everybody a $2,400 increase in their Social Security and disability benefits across the board. And I think that based on everything that's happening, especially with inflation and the fact that prices of goods and services have been going up, and if you haven't been paying attention, inflation continues to go up and seniors are feeling the pinch. And so being able to increase benefits by $2,400, I think is going to be a great benefit to seniors, especially low-income seniors on Social Security. So that's the second thing the bill is going to do. The third thing is extend the life of Social Security. Now, you may think, well, that does not help me right now. But here is the news that you need to pay attention to. Social Security, as it stands today, is headed for trouble. In 2032, which is 7 short years, benefits are going to have to be cut up to 25% if Congress does not get their act together and fix Social Security. So what do they need to do? They need to either bring in more money because less people are contributing to Social Security than ever before. Meanwhile, more people are claiming benefits than ever before. That has created a deficit because not enough money is coming in to pay for people who are claiming benefits. How do you solve that? You can bring in more money, or you can slow down how much money is going out. Slowing down how much money is going out is going to take money out of the pockets of seniors, and that's not a good idea. I think a lot of seniors do not want that. And so the most important solution to fix Social Security for at least 75 years is to find a way to bring in more money and have more money contributed into the system. So having explained that, the Social Security Expansion Act is going to do just that. And let me read it to you. It will extend the solvency of Social Security for 75 years by requiring the wealthiest American households to pay their fair share of taxes. Today, because of the earnings cap on Social Security taxes, a CEO making $20 million a year pays the same amount of money into Social Security as a middle-income family making $176,000. This legislation will lift the cap and subject all income above $250,000 to Social Security payroll tax. Under the bill, over 91% of households would not see their taxes go up by 1 penny. So, why is this important? Because, as I mentioned, the only two ways to fix the Social Security problem is either to bring in more money or to slow down how much money is coming out. And let me explain to you how that can be done. If you want to slow down how much money is going out, you have to increase the retirement age, probably to age 70. Next year, the retirement age goes to 67, the full retirement age, where you get all the benefits that you've earned. It goes to 67. To fix Social Security for the long haul, if they want to slow down how much money is coming out, they have to increase the retirement age to 70 years old. I know a lot of seniors don't want that. The other way to slow down how much money is coming out of the system is to change cost of living adjustment and reduce it even further. So you thought you got 2.5% cost of living adjustment this year. If cost of living adjustment is reduced, it may be 1%, which a lot of seniors do not want, because even the current 2.5 is not enough, let alone push it down to 1%. The third way to reduce how much money is coming out of the system is to give Social Security based on how much money you have. If you have a lot of money already, you get less benefit regardless of how much you contributed. If you have more money, you have less money, you get more benefit. That is called means testing. So you have to means test Social Security and base it on how much people have. I don't think a lot of people are going to like that, because people have paid into the system, and regardless of how much money they have right now, they expect you to give them the money they've paid into the system. So all the options of slowing down how much money is coming out of the system is not a good idea. So we only can rely on how much you can bring in terms of more money. And so what I'm sharing with you is one of those ideas to lift the cap on the income that is subject to Social Security taxes. And that is one of the ways to solve the problem for 75 years. And as you can see from what they're saying, it says extend the solvency of Social Security for 75 years. 75 years. And so, in my opinion, this is one of the best ideas I have seen that can help solve the problem of saving Social Security for the future. That is not all that the Social Security Expansion Act is going to do. There are two more things I want to share with you that I think is important for you to know. But before I do that, I want to share with you very quickly a big announcement that I made this week. The last couple of weeks, I've been talking about this, maybe in the last 10 days. I actually launched a membership group for seniors. So if you're age 65, 55 and over, and you are looking for a community to be a part of online of like-minded seniors that are also in retirement or about to retire and want to, share ideas and allow us to go deeper on topics that are important to you, this community is for you. It is called our Insider Community. It is on the school platform, and already we almost have 100 of you that have joined. Almost 100 people have joined this community since we announced it the last few days. And here's the thing. This is what we are doing right there. If you join, this is what we're doing. We're talking about how to maximize your income, retirement living, money saving idea, part-time job ideas and opportunities, the best and most up-to-date discounts, protecting yourself against scams, navigating senior living options, health and wellness and aging resources, caregiver family support, and building a community of seniors that get you so that you can feel heard, you can feel supported. This is the community for you. And as a bonus for joining this community today, all our paid guides are free. So if you go to our YouTube store, all the paid guides that we have there have been put in this community and are free. And my goal with this community is to help you unlock every dollar, every discount, and every advantage that you deserve right now in retirement. Do not miss out on retirement benefits. We want to help you get everything you deserve. So if you join today, here is the link. Your price will stay the same forever, and I think that this is the best senior community you're going to find, because not only are you going to be part of a community with other seniors, but you are going to be able to ask me questions live. We have a live every Friday. You're going to be able to ask me questions on the platform, and I will answer it directly, personal to you. You're going to be able to connect with other seniors that are also in retirement and are doing fun things and interesting things. And you can share knowledge, experiences, and ideas on how to live your best retirement. And it's all in a safe environment online that allows you to connect with each other. So I'll put the link in the comments to this video. And then I also put the link in the description of this video, and check it out. if you check it out and it's for you, I am looking forward to seeing you in there, because as I said, we have a community now of over about 100 people that have already joined, that are getting the benefit of being part of this amazing community that we have built. So I'll put the link in the comments to this live. Click on it, check it out, and take a look at it. And if it's for you, I'll see you inside in our school community. It's a very user-friendly place. Everybody can navigate school. That is why we're hosting it there. So looking forward to seeing you there. Now, having said that, let's talk about the rest of the Social Security Expansion Act that I have been sharing with you. So I mentioned 3 different things that the Social Security Expansion Act is going to do. The first one was, if you are making less than, you're making less than the federal poverty level, the Social Security Expansion Act is going to boost your benefits to $19,000 and above. And I shared that with you using this map. That is the federal poverty level map. So you're going to be at 125% of the federal poverty level. So if you're getting less than $1,300 in Social Security, this bill is going to change your life, because you're going to get $600 increase right away. The second impact that the Social Security Expansion Act is going to make is increase everybody's Social Security and disability benefits by $2,400 across the board. And I shared with you how that's going to happen. And so let me remove this on stage and then put that on stage and share with you. So that was the second thing. The third thing is solve the problem and fix Social Security for 75 years by letting the wealthy pay their fair share into Social Security. The fourth thing that the Social Security Expansion Act is going to do, which I think is brilliant, is fix how your cost of living is calculated. And it's right here. It's right here. And I'm going to read it to you. It says, increase cost of living adjustment. Key phrase here is that it says increase. So it's going to solve one of the biggest frustrations that seniors have with Social Security today, which is that your cost of living adjustment is not catching up to the actual inflation that you're experiencing. So each year when you get the COLA, your Medicare Part B premium eats the COLA away. What do I mean by that? Well, this year, you got a 2.5% increase in Social Security benefits and disability. Well, that is what, about $50 on average. Well, your Medicare Part B premium also went up by $20 to $30. So you only got probably $20 increase in your Social Security benefit for the month. That is not enough for even a whole day's meal. So my point is that Social Security cost of living adjustment has been abysmal, has been sad, has been a joke, because who can live off $50 increase when inflation has gone up and stayed up for a lot of things, including food, transportation, rent, medication, hospital bills. All of that has gone up in double digits. And so what this bill is going to do is attempt to fix the cost of living adjustment. And I'm reading it directly to you because it says it is going to increase your cost of living adjustment. It says this bill would more accurately measure the spending patterns for seniors by adopting the consumer price index for the elderly. And rather, it's showing that seniors do not spend money on the things that the government uses to measure in order to give you Social Security increase. So the government is measuring the wrong things in order to identify whether seniors have experienced an increase in their cost of living. And so what this bill is going to do is make a new inflation index that tracks things that seniors are actually spending their money on, so that when the cost of living adjustment is released, it will accurately reflect what you are entitled to. And if you don't think this is important, let me show you why this is important. And I'll share something with you on my screen that a lot of you are probably not going to like. So, what do you think cost of living adjustment is going to be next year? Go in the comment section and let me know. Based on inflation and everything that you are experiencing in your life right now as a senior, what do you think cost of living adjustment should be next year? October 15th, this year, October 15th, the Social Security Administration is going to announce cost of living adjustment for 2026. And already, the numbers that have been projected by experts, it's not going to make you happy. Let me share the news with you. So recently, there was an article that shared what experts are predicting to be the Social Security cost of living adjustment. And no, I don't want to do that. Well, it says that it is 2.7% is the expected COLA. And let me try and find a news article that can share that with you. Just 7 COLA for 2026. And let's see if I can find a news article that can support that. Here we go. So CBS News, I can share my screen with you and share this with you. So this is CBS News. You can see that, right? Social Security cost of living adjustment could be 2.7% in 2026, according to new estimate. Now, 2.7% is nothing because here is the breaking news with that. Medicare Part B premium is projected to go up by 11%. So your Social Security benefit is projected to go up by 2.7%, according to CBS. But your Medicare Part B premium is projected to go up by 11%, 11.6 to be exact. And so what I'm telling you is that seniors are falling behind because cost of living adjustment is not accurately reflecting the actual cost that seniors are facing. And so what is the solution? The solution is the Social Security Expansion Act and the proposal to fix this once and for all. And what they are going to do is they're going to create a new inflation index called the CPI E. E stands for elderly. And what that's going to do is accurately calculate how much seniors are experiencing in cost of living increases and then make the appropriate adjustment to your Social Security cost of living, so that the goal is that there's going to recognize that seniors spend a disproportionate amount of their income on healthcare, prescription drugs, which will be reflected in the formula for calculating COLA under the new legislation. And so, guys, that is what I wanted to share with you regarding the Social Security Expansion Act. And then, of course, one of the things it's going to do is also improve how much the Social Security Trust Fund is getting by making sure that millionaires and billionaires pay their fair share into Social Security. Why is that important? Because rich people usually have different ways of claiming their income, and so they don't necessarily have to take wages. And Social Security is taxed from wages. So if you have investment income or you have other sources of income, you don't pay Social Security taxes on those income. This bill is trying to make sure that everybody, regardless of where you get your income from, pays some of that income into Social Security so that it will be strengthened for the future. So that is what I wanted to share with you today. As I mentioned, we have a new community that I've started for seniors. 100 people have already joined. So if you're interested, go to school.com/benefits insider. I'll put the link in the comments section below. And I have new merchandise. So, as I shared today, in celebration of the 90th anniversary of Social Security, we released a mug. It says, "We need Social Security, protect it, strengthen it." So, I'm excited. I'm going to put that in our YouTube store. And I have a new shirt that I'm wearing that says, "We need Social Security." So, that is the shirt I'm wearing today to celebrate the 90th anniversary of Social Security, which is today. So those all will be in our YouTube store if you are interested in purchasing it. But let me sum up everything I've said today. So the president today is celebrating Social Security's 90th anniversary, and he said that he has signed legislation that is going to relieve people and assure that there will be no tax on Social Security, right? And so that's a good thing. But my point earlier was that even though that's great, a lot of seniors in low income are not going to benefit from that. And so that is where I think the president and Congress can support the Social Security Expansion Act in order to put more money in your pocket. So thank you for hanging out with me this Thursday, August the 14th. I'm looking forward to seeing you on another live tomorrow, Friday the 15th. Thank you for hanging with me. If you like what you heard, then click the like button, click the subscribe button. If you found value in anything I talked about, I appreciate you. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions. And if you're one of those seniors that are struggling and you're not making enough in Social Security benefits, and the big, beautiful bill and all these things that have happened this year did not help you, I want to hear your story because I'm trying to compile all these stories so that we can share them so that Congress can see the real pain that is happening with seniors and not the pie in the sky ideas that they create for themselves or they want to believe. I want to be able to share these stories of seniors that are living on low income and are struggling to make ends meet because inflation is so high and they are struggling to get by. So share your stories in the comment section below. I'll see you tomorrow.